Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you NFL Week 6 coverage. We have an NFC North rivalry game here. Detroit at Green Bay. Detroit hanging tough with the Steelers at home. Green Bay coming off a loss 2 weeks ago against Minnesota on Monday night. They had a bye week to regroup. Are they going to be rusty or whatnot? Is Detroit, can they win in Lambeau or what? Dante Culpepper looked a little better behind there.
Well, the keys to victory for Detroit, first of all, a football game is determined by 3 plays. Out the whole game determine the outcome of a football game. Unfortunately for the Lions, those 3 plays came at the end of the game in back-to-back-to-back plays with 3 consecutive sacks and pretty much knocked these guys out of field goal range, knocked these guys out of the touchdown range. He made it more of a desperation play towards the end. But with that said, keys to victory for the Lions, number one, you want to get after Rodgers. You know they have some problems with pass protection for the Packers, so you want to turn up the heat on Aaron Rodgers and company. Get after those guys. 2, you want to take your chance with the passing game against the secondary. I know that sounds weird, but you can have some success. Detroit has some talent in that receiving corps, but they might be a little bit banged up. But you still want to work your passing game. That's going to allow people from stacking 8 in the box to try to stop Kevin Smith. And third, in the same breath, you want to work Kevin Smith in the offense to get that running game going, to get that balance going, to get the pressure off Culpepper or Stafford if he's going to play this week. I don't know if the knee is going to be healthy in time, but if he is, you still need that run to help protect the rookie. And if Culpepper is back there, you need the run to help open up that passing game.
Well, Kevin Smith, dynamic force, but their receivers really need to get into the game plan with Calvin Johnson and Brian Johnson and get their rookie tight end involved. And Pettigrew, offensive line is not as bad as it was in the past, but for Green Bay, how are they going to solve that offensive line issues? Chad Clifton has been banged up this year, and their ends, their tackles, have been getting beat by ends numerous times. What do they need to do to stave off the upset?
Well, keys to victory for Green Bay, you want to get that running game rolling this week. They've been too pass happy in the past couple of games, so you have to get that running game going with Grant. You have to get it going early so that way you have some success late, so that way teams won't tee off on Rodgers and everything. That'll give yourself a chance up front if you get that running game going. 2, you want to attack Detroit vertically. They have some questions in that secondary. You can attack those guys vertically because Detroit does a better job, sans week 1. They do a better job of stopping the run now. So you can have some success throwing the ball against Detroit. Problem is you have to be able to protect up front. I like Green Bay in this matchup. I think the week off helped those guys out a lot to help lick their wounds and get this offensive line in order. They have just enough to get after Detroit and beat the Lions.
The Lions secondary has been getting torn up this year, whether it's 1 long play, 2. It seems like at least 2 plays a game are really long gains for the wide receivers. What is Green Bay's strengths? Wide receivers. Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Aaron Rodgers who throw a ball when he has time. So Detroit better get at Aaron Rodgers before that secondary breaks down because those receivers are dynamic. They get the tight ends involved. Also, Jermichael Finley going to have a breakout year. Donald Lee. I like Green Bay also. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.